My name is Mara, and I'm here today to talk about my vertical sleeve gastrectomy bariatric surgery. Um, I have not had my surgery yet, and I'd been looking on YouTube and various places trying to find someone who had not had surgery and was really going to take me from the beginning of the whole what you have to do to get surgery up to past the surgery and weight loss and exercise and food and everything. And I was having a really hard time finding anyone that either did that or anyone that was current or anyone that I related to. So I thought that maybe I would just start my own channel about it. So I'm having my surgery 3 weeks from today. I started this journey to get the surgery 4 or 5 months ago. I met with the surgeon and he approved me, to have surgery. I mean, he agreed that I needed to have surgery because I was at the time, I was 5'8", and I weighed 280 pounds, which is what I've weighed approximately most of my adult life, between 274 to 280 for the last 20 years. And I've tried to lose weight on my own, but wasn't able to. Since then, I've lost some weight, but I'll talk about that in a minute. So when I met with him, he had tests that he wanted me to do. He wanted blood work. He wanted to have an EKG because I have an irregular heartbeat. And he wanted to have a test to see if I had GERD or heart, when I would get heartburn and things like that. And there was one more test. I had to drink a whole bunch of barium for it. I can't remember what the name of the test is, but I'll find that out and tell you next time. And then my insurance had tests and obstacles that they needed to have done so that I could get the surgery. So one of the first things that I had to do was I had to write a letter saying why I wanted to have the surgery, why I thought it was a good idea. This would go to the insurance when the final package, as it was referred to, was completed. That included 4 trips to the nutritionist. That also included a psychiatrist's appointment, and then going back to the psychiatrist to get the evaluation before she sent it over to the doctor, because it would be a permanent medical record. So each of those things, took time, and the nutritionist visits couldn't be any sooner than 3 to 4 weeks apart. So even if I had said, well, hey, I can come in every day for this week, can we just get the nutritionist stuff out of the way? It's not the way it works. And I had to get a letter from my doctor, my general doctor, to say that she agreed that I should have the surgery. And I also had to provide 5 years of weight records from a medical professional. And I had a little trouble getting that because I had moved doctors, and because my old doctor had released my records to my new doctor, they couldn't sign off on anything. But they did send me the records of what my weight was, because they still had that in the system. And that was fine with the insurance, as long as it had 5 years of weight. So all those things, the nutritionist's approval, the psychiatrist's approval, my general physician's approval, my letter, all the various tests and their results all went back to the doctor, the surgeon, and he had to look at it for a while, and then they sent that off to the insurance, and then they had to look at it for a while. And then finally last week, 4 days ago, I got approved to have my surgery, which will, as I said, will be 3 weeks from today. So right now my life is normal. I mean, I'm still eating the same things that I was a while ago, and I don't have to have any liquid diet, but I start the liquid diet in a week. 2 weeks. My surgeon originally told me 3 weeks for liquid diet, but when they called to schedule my appointment for surgery, they told me that it would only be 2 weeks for diet, and I don't for liquid diet. And I don't know what changed, but happy about that. 1 more week that I can eat solid foods seems good, given that after surgery it'll be quite some time before I can eat solid foods again. So that's where I am. So I said earlier that I had lost some weight already. I started out, as I said, when I went in for my first appointment with my surgeon, I was 280 pounds. And I'm now, as of this morning, because I went to my general physician for another appointment, and I am 257 pounds. And that's been since March. And now it's the end of July. So it's not a huge amount of weight, but it is some weight. And what I've done is I decided to adopt the same diet that I would be eating afterwards, after I had my surgery. So I'm eating a very high protein diet. I've cut out soda. No soda at all, because, if you have soda after your surgery, other than perhaps very small sips, which some people say they can still have, it will possibly expand your pouch, your stomach. So it's better to not have soda. And I wasn't a huge soda drinker. I would have maybe 1 can of soda every day or every other day. Mainly I would have soda if I wasn't feeling good. If my stomach was feeling sick, then I would have some soda. I've also given up sugar. This was a bit harder. But I had actually, before I went to the surgeon in the first place, I had given up sugar just because I knew that I wanted to have surgery. And I knew that I would have to give up sugar, at least for the foreseeable future. And I was a real sugar addict, and I would eat sugar. I would eat candy or cookies or cake or something every day, just maybe 1 piece or 2 pieces of candy. And plus, I love to bake. Okay, had a technical issue there, so I'm going to fix that. Anyway, so I like to bake, and pretty well known for it in like my husband's job and my neighbors, my friends, my family. I'll love my baking. Whenever I go down to see my mother-in-law, she requests that I bake stuff, stuff like that. And if I was baking, well, then I had to try some, right? Anyway, so I had to give up sugar. I knew I was going to have to give up sugar, and that's what they told me when I went to the nutritionist, give up sugar. So I already had at that point, so that's good. And I've had to give up almost all carbs. Sugar or carbs, but I had to give up things like rice, and pasta, and bread. And I love bread. From the Midwest, cheese and bread go together. Crackers for dinner with cheese and sausage or something like that. Anyway, so I've given up all of that. And that was hard. Each of those things was hard to give up. But I knew that it was something that I was going to have to do, and I was going to have to do for the rest of my life. So might as well try and give up, everything that I could. Eventually everyone says that you'll be able to eat some small amounts of those things, but they also say that you have to eat your protein first. So might as well get used to it, not having those things. And so here I am. So I've lost some weight doing that, and I try to walk. I do a little bit of exercise, maybe walk a mile a day, sometimes more, depending on the weather and how I'm feeling, because I'm also recovering from some other surgeries, not related to weight loss surgery, but that had been affected by my weight. The recovery has been affected by my weight, and that therefore I haven't been able to do as much exercise as I would like. So I know that will have to change after surgery, that I will have to start exercising more. And I'm fine with that, actually. I started working out like a year and a half ago. I went to the gym and I got a trainer and all that sort of thing. And I found that I actually liked exercising. I had never tried it really before in my life. I, in fact, would go out of my way to not exercise, go to my doctor and tell my doctor, oh, well, my knee hurts, my back hurts, or whatever. Can you write me a letter so I can get out of gym class? And since my freshman year in high school, I hadn't taken any gym classes. I had to take one in college, but I got my doctor to write me a letter saying that I couldn't take regular physical exercise. I couldn't do that, so the only thing that I could do was pool exercise, which I did with, as I was saying, when I got out of doing the exercise in college, I was doing exercise with the physical therapy people from the local hospital, and I was the youngest person there. And so, these are heart patients recovering from open heart surgery and people who have just had hip and knee replacements, and here I was in that class. My college allowed me to use that physical activity as my replacement for my physical education, phys ed classes. But when I started working out, I actually liked it. I liked lifting weights. I liked swimming. I liked doing water aerobics. I tried, some boot camp kind of classes and some other things. And though they were hard and I was the heaviest person in a lot of them, I tried my hardest and found that I really enjoyed it. I mean, everyone says that exercise releases endorphins, and I guess it's true. Here I am, 3 weeks until my surgery. I am here to answer any questions you have about how to go about getting surgery, how to make decisions about getting surgery. I can answer food questions, anything like that. And as I go along, I'm going to record every step of the way, and hopefully that this will help some people that are in the same boat that I was when I was looking for more people who were just getting ready to have surgery and what they had to go through. Because, like I said, most people I found were 2 years out, 5 years out, etc. And they hardly can even remember what it was like to be before surgery. Be in this place where you're thinking, is this the right decision? Is this not the right decision? Which surgery should I have? All those sorts of things. So hopefully this will be of use to somebody, and if not, then it will just be a recording of my weight loss journey that I can look back on when I'm older, or that my friends and family can see that don't live near me, or that I can show my husband to say, see, look, I actually have lost weight. You know how it is when people see you all the time. They're like, yeah, sure, you've lost 40 pounds, huh? Anyway, like I said, my name's Mara, and I'm looking forward to getting to know you all. Bye!